I found it kind of confusing because I would go from low and then I'd press and hold, go to medium. I thought I just needed to press and hold again and get it up to high after I stopped at medium. But no, every time you stop at a mode, you've got to press and hold and it cycles from the first one, low, to medium to high again. Hey guys, welcome back and thanks for tuning in to my review of the Thrunite TH10 headlamp. Thanks to the guys over at Thrunite for sending me this one to play with and wear and backpack with and camp with, etc., etc. And to do this review of for you guys. And also for sending me a second one that I'm going to give away to somebody during the course of this video, towards the end of the video most likely. And you'll learn about how to receive it or how to enter to win at the end of the video. But, and also another side note, part of the reason I have a second one to give away to you guys is my fault, my confusion, but I will explain that as the review progresses. So I have used this light quite a bit in the short time that I've had it. Took it on one backpacking trip and took it on another camping trip, scout camping trip. It's worth mentioning that it can use either two CR123 batteries or one of these right here. Have you seen these? The 18650 batteries, rechargeable. These are really nice. Give them lots of juice, lots of power, and they work great. Why don't we go ahead and jump into sort of a demo, because you want to see that, don't you? So let's go ahead and demo this light and show you some of the modes and all that stuff. Then we'll come back and talk about it some more. Now before I show you all the modes on the TH10, I thought I'd first show you the difference between Thrunite's neutral white and their cool white. Now this is going to be pretty true to form on all their different lights. You can choose neutral and cool white on pretty much any of their lights, like I said. So it's basically up to you. You want something that's a little bit more reminiscent of sunlight or something that's kind of a more artificial cool white. And it's really, you know, up to the user. Me specifically, I really like the kind of softer glow of the neutral white. That's the color I tend to go with. But there's the comparison. I think they're both pretty good. All right, so let's walk through all the modes on this light. They are all accessed through that top button. You either click and hold, double click, or whatever in order to get to the mode that you need. Let's start by showing you some of the special modes. We'll get to low, medium, high in a moment and talk about the run times and lumens on those. But let's start with Firefly mode. Now I can't actually point Firefly mode at the wall and show it to you because it's that dim. It actually comes in at 0.2 lumens. So what I'm going to do instead is press and hold that clicky switch until it turns on and point it straight at the camera. And what you've got there is 0.2 lumens. And that is rated to last 65 days according to Thrunite. Okay, so that is the Firefly mode, the lowest mode that this lamp has. Great for probably reading in your tent, reading in a car for sure, maybe reading a map or something like that without distracting the driver. Very cool, very useful mode. Now the next special mode would be Turbo, and to get to that from off or from anywhere actually, you just double click it. And there is Turbo, the brightest mode. Now the next mode up from that would be SOS, and that basically is accessed from Turbo first, so you have to double click into Turbo and then double click again to get to SOS. So once again, you can't get straight to SOS from anywhere. You have to go straight, you can get straight to Turbo, but that's with a double click, and then you have to do another double click in order to get to SOS. So to turn that off, it's just one click, and at this point we can now go through the main modes, which are low, medium, and high. So low comes in at 11 lumens, and we'll go ahead and press that once to turn on low. And there we are. Like I said, it comes in at about 11 lumens. They rate that at about 107 hours. And if we want to cycle up to medium, what we'll do is, and I'll explain this first before I do it, in order to cycle through the modes, and this is something I was really confused about at first, what you have to do is you press and hold the button as it cycles from low, medium to high. Now it never starts from wherever you left off in that loop. So if you're pressing and holding it in medium, it will go back down to low first, then to medium, then to high. So you could be pressing and holding and going between low and medium and never ever find high if you're expecting high to come right after medium every time. It never does that. So what you actually have to do is press and hold, and then until you get to high. So we'll demonstrate that here in a moment, but as I said before, this is low at 11 lumens, 107 hours. So up to medium, we press and hold. Now we get up to 172 lumens and 9 hours. So as I press and hold that, it drops to low, medium, then high again. And again, that's kind of what I described. A little bit tricky, a little bit confusing for me at first, but that's how you reach it. And high comes in at 100, let me make sure I have this information right, 490 lumens, there you go, for 178 minutes. So you jump from 9 hours in medium to 178 minutes in high at 490 lumens. Pretty impressive, pretty useful. That will illuminate a lot of space if you're on a hiking trail or something like that, or examining a cave or whatever you might be doing, but that'll be a very, very useful mode. I see medium as being the most useful for general camp use, setting stuff up, getting yourself here to there, and again, given that it will last 9 hours, and you can get almost everything you need to done on that with 172 lumens, that is pretty sweet. So there's all the modes on the Thrunite TH10. Now let's get back into some commentary. Okay, so as I kind of alluded to there in the demo, one of the things I found to be pretty tricky about this light was moving from low, medium to high. Now, getting to low or to medium or to high is easy and fine, and it's really great actually that the light will remember whichever mode you were in, so when you turn it off and turn it back on again, it'll come right back to medium or to high or whatever you left it in last time you used it. That's a great, great feature. I love that it's got that memory to it. But I found it kind of confusing because I would go from low and then I'd press and hold, go to medium. I thought I just needed to press and hold again and get it up to high after I stopped at medium. But no, every time you stop at a mode, you've got to press and hold and it cycles from the first one, low, to medium to high again. So that's a little bit tricky to understand, I guess, unless you're doing it. But once you try it, it makes perfect sense and it's not hard at all to get through the different modes. So my bad on that part, because what I actually did was I contacted Thrunite after having received this one and played with it for a while, finding that I couldn't find my way to the third mode, the high mode. I wrote them and said, this one's bad, it's defective, it doesn't have the right mode, it doesn't have all the modes on it. And they kind of wrote me back like, we test them really thoroughly, are you sure it doesn't have it? Again, I was not doing it right, and I said, yep, it doesn't have it. I don't know what you want me to do about this. So they said, all right, we'll send you another one and test that one, make sure that one works okay. And that is this one right here. And that is the reason I have two of them, and that's the reason why I'm giving one away to you guys. The neutral white one is the one that I have been testing. You guys will be getting the cool white one, which I demonstrated for you during the demo. And there it is in the box, brand new, still coiled up and ready to ship out to you guys. So one of you guys are going to win this, and all you got to do, we're not all the way at the end of the video yet, but all you got to do is just leave a comment down below telling me what you think of the light, and that is your entry. As long as you are somewhere in the United States, and I don't care what age you are, then you are entered. So that's it. That's all you got to do to win the Thrunite TH10. Good luck to all you guys. So a couple more words about this light. I would say that if there's any big drawback to it, I guess it's the weight, but it's really not that heavy. I mean, it's not like it's got a big battery pack back here or something, and you're dealing with all kinds of, all kinds of really complicated wires or anything like that. It is very simple in that it's just, this little T-shaped piece is all there is. And then there's this sort of rubber band thing that holds it all together. And I don't think I mentioned yet that it actually comes with a spare one of those. So here in the box, it comes with a couple of fresh O-rings in case you wear out the ones you have. And what looks like, I think this is a new clicker. So that's probably like a little rubber seal for the clicker on top. So that's looks like a replacement for that. Plus the O-rings, of course, plus the manual, of course. And like I said, a brand new one of these, a new plate for the lamp. So if you wear this one out, you got another one. That is a great inclusion. I'm really glad they threw that in the box. But that's everything you get there, and I do appreciate how thorough they were in what they provided you with. But like I said, it's comfortable. It's really simple in that it's just this one piece. So I don't think that weight is actually a huge issue. I would only say that it's an issue in comparison to some of those ultralight headlamps that, say, runners like to wear, or, you know, ultralight backpackers. You know, it's certainly not the lightest headlamp out there, but for all the robust and powerful features you get, I think it's worth the weight. I definitely think so. I would definitely use this and choose this over a lot of other headlamps because of its capabilities. I also like the fact that it's not simply one band going around your head, but it's also one going up and over, which is useful from my standpoint to help support that weight, help secure the lamp, and it's completely adjustable, so you can, you know, regardless of how gigantic your noggin might be, you'll be able to wear this comfortably. So that's a great thing. I'm not sure what else there is to say about this, guys. It's got a lot of great modes. It's built like a tank. It comes with all the extra pieces and replacement parts that you might need. I expect that something like this would last years and years and years, and maybe even a lifetime, especially with that LED on there, which is rated to last, what, 20 years plus, I think? So that's pretty amazing. All right, guys, well, that is basically it. That's my review of the Thrunite TH10. I think it's a great headlamp. If you don't have any kind of a headlamp, you probably should have a headlamp. You know, if you believe a light is useful, then a hands-free light is extraordinarily useful. And there's not much more I think I need to say about the Thrunite TH10, except that I like it a lot, and I recommend it, and it's great for the price. I'm Late Boy Scout. Thanks very much for watching. We'll see you guys.
This is an absolutely fantastic flashlight. I've loved it. Look how tiny that is. Really, really small. Some nice knurling there on the head, the bezel, and also up over in the sort of the, I guess you'd call it the handle, but you know, the whole thing is so small, it's all a handle.